Thank you all for coming. This is really exciting for me, and I have to say, Kevin, it's a real pleasure to have you here. And thank you for those words. This campaign is a labor of love for me, and it's something that I couldn't do without the support of people like you. And I truly believe still that despite being a write-in candidate, that we can win this race. We have volunteers signing up, coming down from New York, coming up from Delaware, coming up from Washington, coming in from California on Election Day to help this campaign, because people realize what's at stake here. But I know that I know all of you, and you're here to hear from somebody who's not me, primarily. And I want to introduce a man who I admire deeply, who I had the pleasure of working for and working closely with, and somebody who I plan to model my service after once I am elected to the House of Representatives. The thing that I tell people all of the time is that Joe Sestak was a public servant first. That he kept his district office open 7 days a week, and every night until 8 or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and from what I hear, sometimes later. And
ask Billy Walsh.
And an office like that, I know from working at Josh Shapiro's office, is a frontline social service organization. And if you're not there all the time doing the people's business, then you're not doing your job. If you're not there till it's been dark out for hours, so that the people who work from 9 to 5 can actually get services from you, you're not doing your job. And you know, the one thing that people ask me, you know, they say, you worked on the Sestak campaign. I hear that was a tough campaign. I say, we worked hard, but we always knew that there was one person who was working even harder than us, and that's Joe Sestak, who I'm incredibly honored to introduce and have here today.
All right.
Thanks, Nate, Kevin, and Captain. It's an honor to meet you. It really is. Michelle and Bruce, thanks for hosting this, and it's a pleasure to be here. I'm going to take off where you left. Thanks. I'm here because of Nate Kleinman. Alton's a friend of mine. I've known her. Good person, good congressman. But Nate Kleinman came into my campaign during a primary, and I had a challenge. I needed to have those within the Jewish community understand that although I might gladly talk with almost anyone, didn't matter if you were Tea Party, whenever we'd have a healthcare summit, I'd stand outside and shake every one of their hands as they came in. And I stayed in that healthcare summit to the last one left. But I had readily, as some of my constituents asked me to, speak at a group, that some had doubts that should have been done. So Nate came in, and I placed him overall in charge of outreach, with the particular, in fact, the vast majority within the Jewish community. But I wanted to serve them as well as I would serve any of the communities if I were to be their public servant as a senator. And he approached it just like you described the offices that you just spoke of. He served them. There was never a word out of his mouth about, oh, geez, this isn't, they just don't know, never of that. He just kept chipping and chipping away. And he'd come in and say, would you do me a favor and place a call? Would you do me a favor? He'd say, place a call there. How he went about it, with the character he had, when he was focused upon a community of which he was part and believed in what we were trying to do, is why I'm here today. I don't know him in an old boys network type of way. I don't believe in that. This is a man of character. He's a good person. And he would be a very good congressperson.
That's right.
And that's why I'm here. I'd go into war with Nate Kleinman in a heartbeat. And that's, frankly, from a military background, is how I judge people. Will they be there for me as much as for themselves in the cause that we would do in a war for America? Captain, I'm sure you feel the same way about those officers and children that you deal with and all. It's not against anyone or anything. It's just that, yeah, you'd be a public servant like this nation is yearning for. So I'm glad to be here tonight. And let me just then say really what I think is at stake in the years to come. Because I do think that we're in a fight for America's character. In my mind, as I was downtown Philadelphia today and passed Constitution Hall, Independence Hall, you know, where the Constitution was signed and it said, "We the people." I think those words are embodied in the American dream and what it's all about. Our character is best when we recognize that we really are a wonderful alliance between rugged individualism and the common enterprise, to where together we build tall ladders so that individuals that are brave enough will climb them on their own. I traveled throughout this world as a naval officer, and everywhere I went, I found people looking at us with great respect for the might of our military and for the strength of our economy. But I saw that they admired us for the power of our ideals. They look at us as an exceptional nation because of the opportunity we give for individual opportunity. They see that we've made this wonderful, unparalleled environment, first by the establishment of individual rights, where everyone, as imperfect as it sometimes takes us to get there, where everyone is given a fair opportunity. But also because we've taken our collective resources and invested them together in our infrastructure, in our education, in our networks of energy, technology, communications. At the end of the day, I have felt that we together build the ladder for an individual's success. And when somebody climbs that ladder, all we ask of them is that they help us build more rungs on that ladder so their children can climb even higher in the next generation than we did. In short, I really do believe that in America, you don't achieve your American dream by yourself. You do it with us and because of us. You saw that in the Marine Corps. Take SEAL Team 6. You want rugged individualism? Go to see those SEAL Team members. But they came together in a common mission, a common purpose. And that's the balance, to where your own, as a person, your own individual achievement is never measured apart from the greater effort. That's what I think he brings. I saw it. And I think that's what's at stake today. I think we need leaders who are willing to be accountable to the American dream, not to their job. I think that we want Americans who actually understand that we really do like to have rugged individuals, but we also got to be able to come together for that common mission I talked about of ladders and rungs. So that's why I'm here. I think you'll do that. Yeah, I was very supportive in the battle you were with us when many weren't in that primary. But it was how you did things. Great heart. 3-4 days to go before the election, he says, "Can you take 11-mile walk for Sudan?" I said, "Right after the election."
A little exaggeration.
Okay, 5 days before the executive. But I was very supportive of the effort, signed bills, etc., moving down. But at the end of the day, I believe we need leaders who are willing to walk down and explain the character of America, of how we got here, and not deny how we became an exceptional nation over the past couple centuries. And so thank you very much for having me. And Nate, get to work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.